Okay, hi everyone. So I thought for this video I'm going to demonstrate how the Lagom Casa can make a pretty tasty pour over using the UFO dripper and I believe these are the UFO type A filters. Yeah, I think they are, these ones here. And the coffee I'll be using for this video is actually this coffee right here from Dayglow. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it is a honey processed Ethiopian coffee with notes of pineapple, peach, and cherry blossom. Alrighty, 15 grams, here we go. So I'm about a rotation and a half here, a bit more actually, let me see. Yes, so I'm almost two full rotations actually from zero. So let's see. This goes. Tends to popcorn a bit when you grind. And yeah. So with this, alrighty. So this grinder has a built-in ionizer, which means that I shouldn't have to RDT, but as you saw here, depending on what coffee you use, oh man, this coffee smells great. I might have to RDT just a little bit. So it really depends actually, but yeah, there's quite a lot of chaff here. But let me see, I will go ahead and rinse my filter. So I've used the nucleus tool device that I've got right here. And this one basically helps me to distribute the coffee bed. There we go. All right. So I usually do like a 60-gram pour very slowly in circles here. I wish I could show you guys, but still trying to figure out this camera here. That's 60. Man, it smells great. So I'm not going to swirl or anything because I don't want to stall the bed or ending up with a long brew. I'm aiming for around 2 minutes 30, 2:30 to 50 tops. At around 40 seconds, I'm gonna do mellow drip pours here. I'm gonna pour all the way up to 130. So we used 15 grams of coffee here, and we are aiming for around 260. There we go. And then at around 1 minute 30, I do my second pour up to 200. Circles. I've been really enjoying this UFO dripper lately with these filters and mellow drip pour. Right, 200. Man, something tells me we're gonna stall here. We're at 155. I mean, 3 minutes is fine, I guess, if that's where we're gonna end up. And then final pour up to 260. Here we go. These two here are pretty darn good. I've been really enjoying using them along with the low mineral water. And the water I'm using is actually RO water with Apex Lab minerals. I usually make my own blend at around 50 ppm, and then I use these to post brew. But of course, it changes on the day as well. All right, so the coffee is done here. Poured myself a cup, and Let's see how it tastes. I'm just gonna move a few things here. Picking up a lot of pineapple here in this brew. What are the notes again? Let me look. We've got pineapple, peach, mostly cherry blossom and pineapple. It's funny, I brewed this coffee earlier with my AG1 grinder, and it'll be interesting to compare the notes. I got a lot of peach when I brewed it earlier. Used the same dripper, basically the same recipe, but just a different grinder. Yeah, it's super sweet. One thing I really enjoy about this grinder is the acidity is not too sharp. It's very much like you get it up front, but then it kind of mellows out, or it sort of becomes more balanced in a way, and you're hit with this enormous amount of sweetness and balance. There's also like clarity in here as well, because I am able to taste the pineapple note, and the pineapple here is more like it's more like think of it like a tangy pineapple, but sweet at the same time. It's not too intense, but it's definitely there in the finish. Yeah, I wish I could get more of those floral notes out. I'm mainly getting pineapple and peach here. Very pleasant, but let's try this one here. This is actually a collab between Motors and Apex that tends to bring out most of the floral notes in coffee. So let's just see how this one performs. Man, this is a lovely coffee. So yeah, just one drop of this, and definitely noticing the cherry blossom more now. It's definitely more lingering in a way. You don't need more than like a drop of this. If your base water is around 50 ppm or 60, I mean, it's all, of course, it depends on you and on your taste buds. Some like more, some like less, but me personally, if I'm using a base water of around 50 or 60 ppm, I find that 1 or 2 drops of this, or a drop of this, and one of the conflicts blend is more than enough to use. If you look at it like flavor-wise and the flavor profile, it's a very balanced cup of coffee here. It's not like, if I compare this cup with the earlier one I had on my AG1, that one was more tea-like in a way. I didn't get a lot of the pineapple note. I got mostly kind of like a peach tea with like hints of pineapple. A lot of the florals, the cherry blossom note was more present. But yeah, I would say you're getting a pretty good filter coffee grinder. Obviously, it'll depend on how you brew it. You know, if I were to use like an immersion method or another brew method, I might bring out different notes, of course. But say if this is your pour-over grinder and you don't have an espresso machine, I'd say you'd have a pretty good time. It is very forgiving. It takes a while to season this thing. I believe it took me around 5 to 8 kilos of coffee to get it where I wanted. The espresso profile, as you'll see, is more also very balanced, but yeah, definitely different than the Weber Key and the Cafetech MC6, sorry. But yeah, this was the Lagom Casa as a pour-over, and pretty happy with the results. I'm gonna enjoy my cup here, and I wish you all a good time. Have a good weekend, and see you all soon.